grade of Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force, effective 29th December 2019, by the order of the Secretary of the Air Force.
Yes.
Now we will ask his children to come and put on his new rank.
Draw blood.
Now it- Now we have Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Kelly with our investor the oath of office.
Raise your right hand.
I, Kevin Gray,
I've been appointed Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force.
having been appointed Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Air Force,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Lieutenant Colonel Gray.
Thank you, everyone. I'll try to get through this without any tears, because I certainly never tear up, right? And I thank everyone, at least for participating in this ceremony and showing up to the ceremony as well. We often come up here to this room for promotion ceremonies, whether it's a monthly enlisted promotion ceremony or the occasional officer promotion ceremony. We come to celebrate the accomplishments and the potential of the promotees that are up here. But I want to flip that script a little bit today and take time to thank you, and then also to give a little challenge to all of us, including myself. While we are here to celebrate my promotion, I realize, as we all should, that it's not about me as an individual. It takes a lot of folks to make all of that happen. When you say 10,000 people seen or 9,500 people seen, there's a lot behind the scenes that it's just not one individual that can do all of those things. When you read off what the Family Medicine Clinic has done, it cannot be one person that does that, and by no means do I say that I can do all of those things, even though a lot of times my pride gets in the way and says, yeah, look, here's what I've done. But that's not the case. There's so many other folks that go on this. I think of, well, I have all of this great medical knowledge, some of it useful and some of it non-useful. I even learned last night that if you were plucking your nose hairs out, you can get viral meningitis and bacterial meningitis. So that was new to me, useless medical facts. There's also good ones, like the Pseudomonas aeruginosa is the bug that causes hot tub folliculitis. But again, I realize that I stand on the shoulders that make this opportunity come to pass and that put the challenges in front of me from other folks. And these others are a very diverse group of folks. Individuals, co-workers, friends, and family, which is all of you right here. First, I want to thank Staff Sergeant Jaquetta Miles for stepping in to run the show today as the MC. She represents the non-commissioned officer corps. In addition to that, she's in the medical administrative 4A field. She works here in the 42nd Med Group in the EFMP clinic, Exceptional Family Member Program clinic, which is a difficult task. A lot of locations have struggles with having patient satisfaction within this group. For our location, this isn't the case. And this is because of her leadership in conjunction with our special needs coordinator as well, Ms. Erica Williams, who's here today as well. So thank you very much for stepping up and taking the role of being MC today. Next, Master Sergeant Elizabeth Gray. Thank you so much. She represents the senior non-commissioned officer world and the 4N aerospace medical technician as well. And you'll note that there's multiple different specialties as we go through of what these people do. In addition, she also represents the quote, "I can make any flight commander look good" world. So when I reluctantly took the position of family medicine flight commander, I did so with the knowledge that she was the flight chief at the time, really running the show, and she did. She allowed me to go after my passion, seeing patients, while also making sure that we got the job done and took care of the airmen in the family medicine clinic. And thank you also for being a part of this ceremony as well. Next is Major Brenda White. There she is. She's my current teammate on the medical management team. She represents the nurse corps, and you'll see many nurse corps representatives today as well. Thanks so much for your efforts to lead the medical management team, and thanks also for making today happen as well behind the scenes without anybody knowing. Pastor James Williams, you're a mentor, a teacher, and a friend. The Air Force supports building and maintaining a balanced lifestyle through comprehensive airman fitness. We have 4 pillars of that fitness, and one of those pillars is the spiritual pillar. We know what the foundation of that pillar is, but then you're also a part of that pillar with that foundation that's built below. Thank you for your support, and thank you for being here today as well. Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Kelly, another representative of the Nurse Corps. Again, a common theme. There's no accident that there's so many Nurse Corps folks here. As far as compassion, empathy, that's what we think of in the medical corps. Where does that come from? It's the nursing corps that leads the way in that. But you're a great mentor to me, and your friendship has meant a great deal, especially over the last year as fellow flight commanders. I know that I can come to you to say, how does this work? How do I do this? And there's countless times, at least once every 2 or 3 weeks, that I would in your office asking, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? And I'm very appreciative of that. I'm thankful for your friendship, and I'm thankful for what you did today as well. Colonel Jeanette Frantel, another Nurse Corps representative, but also leader of the Trusted Care Guardians here at the 42nd Medical Group. I'm very thankful for the opportunities you've laid before me. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to spread my wings as well and to make decisions on my own, and I'm appreciative of that. Even though I have that drive and passion to be in clinic, and I can still do that with the way that we have things set up, but then also for your leadership within the executive team and your ability to bring the team together. I'm thankful that I'm here and that you're leading that charge. Also, thank you for officiating today. And now for my friends and family. Major Keith Beam and Major Dave Garcia, my fellow Trocanteers, as we've self-described ourselves, buddies throughout medical school. When we talk about that comprehensive airman fitness, there's 4 pillars that go with that. All 4 of them are met with you guys. From challenging each other mentally to get through medical school, to pushing the limits running, and yes, Dave, even under the 60-degree Fahrenheit temperature we can run, as we did today, this morning. From fellowship with one another, and with our families, holding each other accountable as well. You two mean the world to me, and I'm thankful that you are here to share this moment. and to be a part of this moment. Because again, it's not an individual, it's a group effort. While my parents could not make it here today, they have obviously made a lasting impression on me as well. From my father's service in the Navy, which led me to initially get commissioned within the Navy, to my mom's service in the community of being with other folks. I definitely miss their presence, being able to be here for this ceremony, but obviously they'll get plenty of pictures for it. I do have my second set of parents here with me today as well, in Randy and Marilyn Ray, commonly known by our kids as Honey and Bear. Self-described, they decided those names as well. And yes, we do get a few awkward glances whenever we're in a public place and I say, "Hey, honey, come here." Bears, over the last 22 years, has become my BFF, and it's not common that a father-in-law would do that. And Honey is simply mom to me. And I would like to thank both of you guys for the contribution that you've made in molding me and allowing me to have a leadership position. Keith, could you go grab the... And thank you for joining me today as well. Noble and Germa, my sons, thanks for your excitement and your energy. And thanks for enjoying spending your time with me. Both of you make me proud to be your father. Nora, Jane, and Vivi, my beautiful daughters. I adore both of you. You mean the world to me as well. Thanks for enjoying all of our time together as a family, and you are both so precious to me as well. Elena, my wife, my companion, my friend, my soulmate, my lover, my girlfriend. These are all on my Siri as well. So if I ask you to call someone, it comes up to give her a call. 22 years, 8 homes, 3 careers, 6 deployments, at least 2 years overseas or underseas. Yet we're here together. Thanks for your love and encouragement. I could not do anything without you. This is both of us, not just me. You are amazing.
Oh. Go ahead, cry. Cry. That's...
Again, just to reiterate, this isn't something that's an individual celebration, it's a corporate celebration. It takes so many people to do all the things, and everybody here represented is a part of that. It's nothing that any of us could do on our own, but together, there's so many great things that we can accomplish through the things that we do. And now finally, just a challenge for all of us. And this comes, I've been learning for a lifetime, and I'll continue to learn this lesson forever. if we look at our world, our society, there's plenty of division. And the divisions, some of them serious, some of them not so serious. You have divisions politically, you have divisions between nations, you have divisions racially, ethnically, you have divisions among football fans. But it's how we deal with those that bridges those gaps. Those divisions, we all, if you ask Pastor James what's the bridge for that gap, he knows the bridge for that gap. But what can we do in the meantime until that bridge is gapped? What's our responsibility? And I think that encapsulates trusted care as well. So you think of trusted care within the Air Force, how do we have the patient-centeredness? How do we get to the point where we have zero harm in the medical corps? Over this last year, I think part of that is building the relationship and having relationships with the person on the other side of that gap. Or if we know that person, it becomes a lot harder for that gap to spread and to be wider. One of the most impactful statements that I heard this year, Elena and I were at a conference in February, and at that conference, they were talking about the person on the other side of that gap, of how we view them. And he had said specifically within that, and I'll paraphrase his quote, was that looking at that person as if they were also created in the image of God. Now, obviously, with my faith of going into that, that's a powerful statement. If you're looking at that person that we would consider our enemy or the person that's dividing us on just a different opinion or a different decision, if you're viewing somebody through that lens, it's hard for us to stay separated farther in that gap. It allows us to build that relationship and to start to build that bridge going across. So that's what I would challenge at least us. And I'm by no means perfect in this, so it's something that I have to do continually, and that's where I say I'm continuing to do that and will continue to do that lifelong. Again, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be here and celebrating. But again, I want to continue to flip that script and thank you guys for being a part of making the grander theme happen. Thank you.